cannot believe how, wow. God, I've been inside all day, so, eyes are like, ooh, glued shut. A little dim. Not a lot of sunlight gets in. But I was walking around just checking on some things. And I have a lot of weeding to do. But look, that's the gooseberry. Here, or not gooseberry. I keep saying gooseberry. One moment. It's the honeysuckle. Cape honeysuckle. Really beautiful. So thank you, rain, because that really needed acclimation and acclimated the rain. Holy moly! So check this out real quick. I did put the dragon fruit. It's a very temporary solution. I have 0 soil, and check. So it's the air potato. Look at this! Isn't that wild? So substantial. So in a little bit, after Kodla gets the footage he wants of it, I will try to harvest this. I really want to make some baskets. There's a few things I really want to master, and that's fishing, net making. I like my lipstick, but you know, it doesn't last very long, and I don't really like to keep applying stuff. But anyway, check this out. Everything looks so nice up here. Sapote, finally bigger than me. That's grown from a seed. Just a seed that a friend had, and I wanted to show this again. I've been gone for about a week. The cactus. And if you see, it is almost reaching the pine tree. And for some fruiting, usually it just gets to this yellow stage and falls after flowering. But there's a few good fruits on it. Isn't that incredible? Just a few more inches and it'll be touching the pine tree. Big old pine tree. Some prusik knots for some swinging fun. I'm gonna take this rope down the See the prusik knots. These are very, very good to know. But I haven't used this at all ever since I almost died from the other one. The other pine tree that has long since fallen. I had a yoga trapeze in it just to sit in. As soon as I got comfortable, the entire branch, it was a thick boy. This is a thin boy, it was a thick boy. And it's the only real time that I got the like slow motion. Everything like happened so slow but fast, and I was able to swing out and just like push my head out from under the falling branch. Can't explain it. And nobody could hear anything from the inside of the house. But it's really fun to swing on. But this is some really, really good rope. Maritime rope, and I really need that for just in case. And very expensive. I just couldn't get any climbing ropes, and figured that would be, you know, best. And after a few days in the sun, it wasn't as glossy, so it worked perfect. And look at this, all air potato. Y'all were with me. I sat back here, collected freaking dozens of them. Code Lock's been collecting them for a long time, because when they drop, I gotta get this out now. Ah! No! Really gotta get this here. The service. Sorry about that. The service isn't the best over here, so might be going in and out. But I really want to get this off before I forget. I don't have any blade or any scissors or nothing on me. Okay. Freedom. Almost. So the fishing pole is a little too far for me to get to right now, but maybe Co-Block will give my sorry arse a ride within the next few days. I was gonna ask if there's any way that you could just maybe swing by and I could look at it, and if they're ready to go and there's reels on it, I will do a payment plan perhaps. Shoot. Let's just get this out of the front. Southeast Florida. Trying to run back to proximity. Hey, it's still alive! Alright, cool. And that's new growth. This is a miracle fruit tree. However, it's just not happy there. And I keep meaning to pull it up, but just got back yesterday or the day before. So the rain completely decimated my little attempt at a nursery with no soil or irrigation, but we managed. I wanted to bring one of these to my parents' house for some really easy shade. That is southern hibiscus. Let me show you. This is from a neighbor. She gave me a cutting of it. Really, really, really fantastic. Hello, Tradie Bong. Give it a one hand clapping. What? And finally got some rain. Last few months, really, it's been very dry. So you can see everything is still full of rain. And I meant to switch the camera around. But hey, look at this giant purslane. Purslane hasn't popped up out here in a long time. The Royal Point Sienna. I know it's personal reasons. And the sapodilla. So that sprouted while I was gone. The one elderberry died, but this one is still with us and it's got some poking out. And purslane. Oh, milkweed. Hello. Water. I gotta dump that out. This is the African potato mint and some really nice turmeric. And it definitely is a lot of work, but you know what? A long time ago, I realized I don't like working out that much. I try, every now and then I'll get into like a random fit where I'll do push-ups and I'll try to do more and more every day and stuff like that. I would much prefer manual labor and working like with my hands and body, not breaking yourself, unfortunately, like my dad. My dad did irrigation his whole life, but now his back is broken. Like the discs of his spine are shattered, and oh no, too much water. Oh, so and really lucky that a lot grows here, and with minimal work, and like the mulberry trees. Big, beautiful trees have never been fed, no irrigation. This massive tree, like it's a big boy. It's from like a 6-inch cutting off of eBay. There's just certain things, and I've tried to grow like vegetables and stuff like that. And that's why I say jokingly, like I have a black thumb. It's just choosing plants that like to thrive and planting them in a kind of like natural way, just like little clumps of plants, and then you have these little beautiful it just looks really full. And I have a lot of weeding to do. This is Spanish needle and it's everywhere, which, let me flip this around. You might recognize the flowers. Oh, agave. And a lot of this stuff is free. So someone pulled out this big agave from their garden and brought it back. It just had a bunch of babies. And then same thing with bromeliads. This started with one, found in an alley. Now it's a big old clump, and I could start separating them. I am an old lady. I am 31. Somehow. I have no idea how time just like seemed to disappear the last few years. My last memory, I was, yeah. So, what do they say? I'm hitting the wall and no longer breedable or something. I don't know. I spend too much time online. What? What? Oh, hot. Yeah, none of that. It's straight bacon. I have a sister who's been vegan for a good 30 years. Well, like 38 years. I think she's 30. Oh, I guess she wasn't vegan when she was born. So, yes, yeah. The scallions and all that is kind of getting buried back here. I've had these for over 8 years. A neighbor gave me a little clump of them, and I've been using them ever since. And I have given plant-based diets many tries. I like working with my body. I like being outside, and I like lifting stuff without fainting. And unfortunately, it just didn't work for me. I used to go to an Ayurvedic doctor, because, people act like it's so easy to get insurance here. It is not. So if I'm going to pay for a doctor visit, it's going to be an Ayurvedic doctor, not someone who's just going to try to prescribe something that I don't need. And so she even said that my Vata dosha was out of whack. So warm, spiced meals, a lot of meat, it's one of the ones that they don't recommend, plant-based diet. And growing up, it was pretty much seafood, always seafood. And whether it be what my dad caught directly or his friends, to this day, they all just spend all their free time on the ocean. And his friend just got back from a family trip, and tons of wahoo and kingfish, which produce a lot of food. And that's another active, the body stays in motion, or body motion stays in motion, that kind of thing. I don't like sitting in place. I really like, I don't know, feeling your whole body, I think, is a good thing. And swimming takes me there every time. And walking, I don't have a driver's license for some reason. I managed to get an hour or two in a private pilot slog when I was younger, when I was trying to become a pilot. I've had many interests, and I don't mind trying new things at all. I really like it, especially if those things are like a physical experience. And it's just, there's so much fish in the sea, and live by a really good coast, and right now I feel like I have no purpose, like actual purpose, like my existence isn't benefiting anyone. And so I don't know why I let so much time go by fishing. I think that should have always been my what I spent my time doing, because I really do enjoy just sitting there taking in views, and it's a very tactile practice, and the food is no joke. Consumer Ayurveda, yes, from India, and super ancient form of like preventative and individualized. So it's based off of like the individual, and more preventative, and more of like how to care for your individual body, because there are many different body types, and like my mom's was her kapha dosha, which was recommended to eat colder foods, cooler foods, and light white meats, and ocean, seawater fish, saltwater fish, and so it's all based on the individual. And Like for me, it was, and it's funny because that's like the food my mom craves naturally, because we do have a lot of intact instincts, and so that's why, like, it's now or never. It's either I like keep trying to swim against a current and try to fit in like whatever this new society is, because a few years ago you could get by doing what I did my whole life, selling vintage and antiques and handmade goods on eBay and Etsy and local markets. But now it's just, I don't know, it just feels like I need to resituate myself. And uh, as far as now or never, it's just food is most important, and the Publix out here doesn't even sell fresh caught Florida catches. It's all like from other areas of the world, and all that has to be shipped out, processed, dyed, and then packaged, and then ships back here. I I have zero interest. I feel it. I have no interest. It's empty. So I have a really bad habit of trying to focus on all of my interests at once. And I can still do that, but I really need to make sure I'm doing that on a seawall or on a pier rather than, you know, panicking with the time going by so fast. It just feels like it's going by faster. And I just feel like falling down just like a tunnel of sand or something, and it's really easy to get buried unless you keep moving. And when you're buried in sand, good luck getting out. It's sand heavy and fluid. But so fishing is probably going to be my main focus right now. I have a few poles that are available locally, but I just gotta pick the closest one or respond. I'm trying to get better at responding at people. Sometimes they get a little too scattered, and the messages are all on different apps, and I always miss one, and then it gets sold and stuff like that. But I'm really excited. So please do feel free to recommend any spots, any bait, any tackle, anything, any weird things that you heard in passing, anything. And right now I'm looking for some seasoned fishermen to apprentice, if you will, to learn as much as I can. I really want to go out with my dad, but his back is so screwed. It really is. And I went with him the last appointment, and like it's bad. And worse than I thought. And I already knew it was bad. And but they're like, yeah, you really need this surgery. However, if you say yes, like there's only like 0.2% chance that it's gonna be approved. Well, my hair's a mess. That's okay. I've been washing it with rainwater, and it's just such a night and day difference. And my hair's just getting like really dry and stuff like that. But the rainwater, oh my god, it's like it's changed so much. And yeah, so anyone on well water will probably know exactly how drying it is. Just drying. And inland Florida, so it's nothing new. But and like I cut my own hair only because, again, very utilitarian with that. And I just I couldn't really see myself going to a place to like have like treatments done. So I was like, I'm just gonna collect some rainwater, and it worked. Oh my god, a night and day difference. And what else? There's so much I keep going to pop on a live, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's that. I'm just so excited. I can't think of anything other than fishing, and that's full circle. It's that's what I feel like. And like Code Lock started Kinto when he was a child, and now it's live. People could go on, communicate with each other, build rooms, all this stuff. Full circle. And But as far as being like the host, I know how dangerous it could be, and I really, really value swimming with other people and fishing with other people. I really like learning from others' experiences and sharing my own. I don't know how helpful it is, but uh, I really like that. And recipes, all kinds of stuff. Learn different ways to. I mean, for the most part, like every fisherman, like is also like the greatest chef because you're working with the best ingredients. You really are. And lobster season is very, very soon, so I'm trying to sell off a ton of the belongings I don't need. Just I'm a collector, so I got a bunch of vintage, a bunch of comics, vinyl, stuff like that. And I don't need as much as I have because anytime I see something, I grab it if it's like $0 and $0 to $1. And but thankfully, an eye for the old because it all has resale value, and that's why I hoard it like a magpie, because or a crow. It's good stuff, and it's all very interesting. I'm very interested by it. Like we could go inside. I've been digging through everything because I'm trying to really get ready. I used to kind of look like an old backpacker every time I went to the beach because I'd roll the blanket up.
Sea dragon, it's underwater tentacles. It looks so fucking cool. It's a sea slug, sea snail.
Oh yeah, they look fake. Yeah. They're really, really cool.
So they can wrap on
things
with their tail. And
Follow YouTube, there'll be more lives.
Yeah. One at a time. They're really, really cool.
But the blue sea dragon isn't the only creature that eats Portuguese man-o-wars. So do the violet snails, Jamthina, which also can't swim. These snails have to create bubble wrap.
Yeah, I want to
just to stay afloat, and must be extremely careful when they're consuming prey.
Tried to I don't know why I didn't look up dive knife. I just know, if you want a knife to swim with, it should probably be black because we have barracudas and they like anything shiny. And oh wow, I'm sorry. The surface out here is really nutty, so sometimes all the comments just pop up at once. And so this is my crunchaw. Well, the crunchaw that I picked up for the garden, and it's just really nice but dull, dull, which is fine. I just am not the best at sharpening. I don't have a grinding stone. That's what I grew up using, that for machetes and shovels. But I only have a stone right now, and I just don't want to mess it up. And then I thought this was going to be a small little knife because I really needed something serrated, just in case fishing line. Because if I see fishing line, I'm taking it with me. It doesn't matter if I get tangled up in it or not. I'm taking it with me, and any little bits of trash. That's what I can do on this planet, alright? I don't know where else I could be of service, to be absolutely honest. I've worked restaurants and I wanted to get my teaching license, which that I'm still planning on for. There's just a few little life things I have to do before, what's that called? When you're like, what is that called? Commit? Before I commit? Ooh, it's a little hot out there, so I'm a little sweaty. But I also have these. I don't know if they're worth anything. Probably not, but they're brand new. Sailor Moon cars. I was digging through dirt. I probably shouldn't be touching things. But I got 2 packs of them because I wanted to learn how to play them. I thought it would be cool to play through Kinto. However, I can't use them to fish. I just can't. And, what else? Tons and tons of jewelry. This stuff I'm going to bring because I want to start making this while I'm there. And this is one of my favorites. It's just simple. I did all the chain. Here, let me show you. I did the chain. with, I'm sorry, I was digging through dirt outside. This one smells like kind of gross right now, but it's good dirt. It's not store-bought, it's homemade dirt. And I did the chain out of salvaged copper, electrical copper, from my dad's garage, code blocks, fire pit, anywhere I could find it. And then the shells are from Singer Island, Florida. And I could add way more to this. This is just like in its simplest form. Because I just want to make simple things with the shells. Sometimes I overcomplicate things and then I get attached but I better just take all these off. They're still priced from the market, but the market did not work out very well because we're really out in the middle of nowhere. And I know it's not the middle of nowhere, but like it is quite far. And the market, it was just vendors and their families. So it was very fun. And I had a blast getting to know, the community a little more. I really like how this one came out. Those are elderflowers in the cross, or in Jesus. And all salvaged electrical copper. And the elderflowers are from the elderberry tree that I grew from just a cutting off the side of the road. And I really like making stuff. Going through cards. There's so many different kinds of cards. Of salmon, a big thing of pogs. You could see it. Here's some dead stock. Well, I mean, old stock, not dead stock. Dead stock's in that bin. But pogs, my childhood Pokemon collection. And that is a candlestick maker. And some more shells. TC. What is TC? Oh, TK. Very nice. I hope you have a perfect day. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. I'm sorry. But I do think any patience thrown my way. I mean, this as a necklace or like crown for anybody who's into that kind of thing. I just wanted to give that a go because it was in a mold, but you could put the metal already in, and it's really good for bracelets and stuff like that. I cut up a bunch of 3D printed stuff, so the desk is a bit of a mess. But finally using up some crystals because and learning some more songs. I plan on bringing my guitar to the beach. Because there's a little tent now, and I really miss when random things like that take place. I used to bring it down to, I mean, they were homeless people, but I didn't see it as that. I just saw, like, their home was just a lot bigger than all of ours. And I was, like, able to really be myself in front of them because, like, I don't know, for some reason I was always just an easy target. I say some truly random things, I guess, enough for people to constantly interrupt what I'm trying to say to make me understand that it's different or something. I don't know. I can never, and, like, discuss things, because it's just got a lot of, like, thought-terminating cliches or, like, like, and but it's just like you're in the wrong, like, little corner or something, because not everyone could conceptualize what comes out of your mouth, and I've learned that again and again, but and everyone is so different. However, I don't know. I'm very lighthearted, and I'm always like joking, but I'm also very serious, and I like building stuff, and I like collaborating with others, not just like sitting and watching a movie, and like it's just I get so violently antsy, and I'm like, I'm gonna go in the back alley And then I just sit in the back alley and find a bunch of free plants because they all get mowed over and driven over. But just never found how people say your tribe or whatever. My hair's very messy. And then once I have so many stories, but sometimes I've always just been like an inch off, I feel like, in my life. So, trying to learn this Mason singing song. I can't sing at all, but that doesn't mean I can't sing. It just means I can't sing. But I'm trying to get over that because you don't have to have a beautiful singing voice to produce songs and to say what is on your mind in a melodic kind of way. And, or play your favorite songs on the beach and to yourself. And I really want to be able to sit in the tent and just play song after song, like even just to myself, and not have to look at these sheets. But can you tell I have a printer I'm allowed to use? I've been printing so many graphs. But yes, I remember the day it came, washed everything in a humbling blue, highways and prairies the same, drowned in the flood like the prayers we knew. Ooh, so I suck, I know that, but my face doesn't feel different temperature-wise. I swear to God, even alone in this room, staring at a camera, I get stage fright. In front of friends, I do, and that's when I realized that I could play in front of strangers, especially if they're inebriated. But still not well. It's just I don't feel anxious or something, and I want to get out of that. And I know social anxiety and ego are not the same thing, but I want to eradicate anything that keeps me from singing and dancing. You live once that you know of. I mean, maybe not you, maybe you have a steadfast belief, which is beautiful, but I know this is all I'm sure of. But it was beautiful. It's my favorite planet. There's another song I listened to. I remember the day it came. I'm just gonna try to play it. I'm relearning guitar essentially, so I'm not like can't play anything through at all. I remember the day it came. Oops. Washed everything in a humbling blue. The highs and the prayers the same. Drowned in the flood like the prayers we knew. And I lost all track of my time. And some other current much faster than mine. It took down the trees by the river. Like advice that would never be given. Lay back down, lay back down with my eyes closed. Let all be out of my nose. Let all the dirt turn glorious mud. Smile for a while, so sweet under the foot. That's harming shit, but it's okay. I used to draw. I hated when people watch. Oh, I love drawing. I wish I was more fluent in it. I love doodling. Drawing, I can never draw the same thing twice. and or from different angles. And I've tried doing all the tips and tricks and the Loomis method for faces, but for some reason I really need like physical lessons. I know it is. I know I do. I'm a very like tactile learner, and when I try to learn from YouTube, before when I was younger, brilliant. But now it's ultra distracting, and at this point in my life, I've accumulated too many interests, so I'm constantly just roasting my own mind. But doodling is one of the constants, and there's just nothing like it. I love drawing, listening to music, and the music like clearly affects like the drawing. And I also like drawing in dead silence because the sound of the pencil or pen on paper, like I could listen to just someone else drawing. Like it's one of my favorite sounds and the patterns it makes because it's so almost automatic, but random. Because like even I find myself when I have something in my mind and I try to put it on paper, I'll hold the pencil a bunch of different ways depending on like it. That's what I mean by automatic, and that's one of my favorites. Like most of my drawings, which aren't the best, but I just enjoy creating them. I have zero idea what's going to be the drawing and just start making a few marks and then it all unfurls itself. And that's why I really like symbolism, learning anything I can about that because then you can always depict exactly what you want to depict without having to either be too obvious or stuff like that. It's a whole nother language, a global language. I got this one too, I don't get it. I met a man who's not quite an old man. Said he was an old man, but I don't know what that means. I would make a toast to believe and bet you that I would be the same old man. Not the kind with a lost soul who can't get down. I don't get it, it doesn't sound right. Because in the song it's like dun 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 dun. But it's just these, the D and the A major. A major 7. I don't know. Sometimes if I don't figure it out fast enough, I forget all about it. That's what I mean by tactile. I like learning with others. And, but I think that's going to become like a norm again. I used to be so jealous of like my grandparents. I don't know. The culture was a lot more in tune with nature, like fishing every weekend, camping every other weekend, milk being delivered to your front step, being able to swim in Lake Osborne. Let's see, probably so much more. I think one of my new things, though, I think Snapboat or Codlock could really help me with it, is raising awareness for the Lake Worth sewage. Codlock knows all about it. He also lived in Lake Worth for a good minute. They pump sewage into Lake Worth Lagoon from Lake Worth near Lake Worth Bridge. And Lake Worth Lagoon, it's pretty large, it spans through a few cities. The inlet. Blue heron, there's angelfish, stingrays, octopus, lobster, crabs, beautiful specimens of coral and other aquatic plant life. And I like where this brown. And like my dad jumped off of the bridge not too long ago, like Worth Bridge, and he was wasted. He just was said, hold my keys, hold my cigarettes, and then I saw him stumbling up the bridge, and I did the responsible call to my mom, be like, just so you know. And he was hospitalized. Not because of jumping from, a decent height, really good height, like a height that, like, I feel like you'd be high off of that for a long time, like a good week or two, like the adrenaline and jumping in water. beautiful, but the water's poo. He had MRSA growing down his legs. Yellow, pus-filled warts. Was it MRSA or is it something else? But from that water. Like I'm quite ballsy when it comes to water, but no, I won't touch it. The only time I would go on the houseboats, the abandoned houseboats, would be when there was like sandbars walking to them. That's how gnarly the water is. Gnarly water. But I remember the mayor or someone was like, you know, it's not that bad. I could swim in it and be fine. And he did. And he was also hospitalized. Why? And like my grandparents lived right there every day at 12 o'clock. It would just smell like poo. Nothing but poo. Oh, beautiful ocean breeze. Poo. Poo stank. It was horrible. But, and they still do it. And they need to not, because you can make really long pipes. And like, elsewhere or something. That waterway, I can't. I didn't know how impactful the swimming was under Blue Heron Bridge. Plenty of time spent Peanut Island and like on the little islands in that area and on the beach and at the jetties, but never right under the bridge. And my life has changed. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Completely changed. I have no interest anymore other than the ocean. All of this craft stuff is now in my way. Not making any rash decisions here, but I think for once in my life, I ran out of fear for the ocean. I'm talking deep ocean. I'm a coastal. I coast and float. But the fishing, the pelagics, the deep water fish, you know how much food that is? If you could catch one, that feeds your whole family for a good bit. A lot of food. And it's good food, clean food, not tortured food. And I have nothing against farmers and I have nothing against anyone really. But I have nothing against farmers. I meant to say like slaughterhouses. I'm not a vegan by any means. I would consider myself a carnivore. But at this point, because I just need energy to do the stuff that I want to. That's it. That's what food is to me. It's utilitarian. And but trout, deep sea fish, yes. And they just caught. I'm probably going to be talking about this for months. Now I know like mercury is something to keep in mind, but well, first, this is a menu. It's the fish regulations. There are tons more regulated fish, but there's also a ton of unregulated fish where you don't have to know the bag limit or the inches and everything. And but this is a menu. And I'm sorry, I'd rather go out and get my own fish than get one that was caught in a cast net. Not a cast net, a drift net, whatever those big nets are. And you got snap, and these are the reef fish: snapper, grouper, porgy, jacks, barracuda. Which I've never had barracuda, but I've heard people eat them. Black sea bass, and then of course sand perch, hogfish, tilefish, amberjack, and then the pelagics or the deep water. My personal favorite to look at is the dolphin fish. Very beautiful, mahi. Yeah, and that's another, and it's just fish by fish. And the great thing about these is they're predaceous. They're predators, so, you know, you're helping the little guys. The little fish that eat plants, minding their own business. They get gobbled up by the big boys. But we can eat the big, I mean, there's a lot. There's so much more edible than, like, I thought I knew a lot of fish. I probably know about like 10%. Probably like 2% of the fish in the Atlantic. And my dad's got a boat, but this pandemic it's just, it needs a tune-up, and it needs the old gas taken out, and stuff like that. And fishing boat, so no cabin or anything. Another utilitarian. That's all you need. Fishing boat. And yeah, and so I'm actually starting to reconnect with some old friends that I don't know. I think when I was younger, I was so creatively chaotic that I was always bouncing around, so I could never. I regret so much not going out fishing with friends, like at 2 in the morning, like, you know what I mean? Those kind of fishing trips. And, but, you know, it's not too late for nothing, unless you're 6 feet under the ground, and then who cares? But, I, a few close friends that, pull up mammoths, beautiful specimens, and it's a lot of food. And the thing is, it's like, yes, fishing takes time. It's not just getting the best hook or the best lure, the best bait, the best pull, and putting it in the water and it instantly gets something hooked on it. It's like a long time. And sometimes you'll be there for hours and not catch a single thing. Or catch something and throw it back and then regret throwing it back. But can use for fish fertilizer, for stuff, because that's what some of the trees that require food eat. And I just want to supply my own. I've always been like that. That's why I know a lot of things to forage and eat, because we're human beings. We live off the earth. I don't know when that changed. See, Florida's a little different because it's very conducive to outdoor living, outdoor life. And so we're always Gucci down here, in my opinion. And the storms are always like getting, back on that same page of this is paradise, but that could change any second. So as long as if you're good, I'm good. And just never had a complaint about Floridians. And yeah, so anybody who moved here better be down to like be real human, because shit gets real here. And I know it does other places, like wildfires are no joke. I'll keep hurricanes. That scares the shit out of me. And tornadoes, holy crap, balls of steel those people have to live in Tornado Alley. My dad is from Texas. Well, he's born in Pennsylvania, but raised in Texas. And my favorite story of his is he was watching a tornado come to their house, and the mom's like screaming to close the door. And he's like, that tornado, or that door is not gonna stop that. It was like one of those old school 1960s screen doors with the, what is that window called? It's like slats. I don't know. I forgot. But, yeah. I just, I want to get a fishing group going. I was already trying that for the last year, especially vets. I think being vague, like fishing group, nobody's biting. And I'm sorry. Oh, hello, Hoggars. Oh, Kathy. Mahi are incredible. I did not know that about Mahi. I know I keep forgetting to put that glass thing back up. It's down there. But I swear it dims the light a little bit. I am not kidding when I say visual snow. It's my vision gets staticky and shadows. I can't take it. That's why I like being outside during the daytime. And at night with the headlamp. Florida has great fishing indeed. Like, I've been reading this, like, it's a Playboy magazine or something. Like the kingfish. And there's so much. When I was at my parents' house, I started writing down just the ones that, like, we've had, like, in our bellies. Wahoo, cobia, tuna, snapper, bass, groupers, sheep's head, mahi-mahi, snook, permit, sand perch, and then I stopped writing because I couldn't think of any more. And a lot of, like, the sand perch hang out by reefs, and they get to like 11 inches. They don't have a fishy taste, so they're really good, like gateway fish. And panfish, you could just fry them as is. Flounders, of course, we look at things. I keep meaning, though, I have to make a little to-go kit, because next time if it rains, we have a little tent now. And so I was letting my friends know. Most of my friends have infants, and so I made them all aware that, like, if they come to Blue Heron, because I've been posting a bunch about it, there's a safe little spot for to get out of winds and stuff like that, and if it rains. Alright, if I do it right. Oh, I forgot about that. Wanna see my first attempt at soldering? I just can't figure out how to cut glass. Apparently it's easy. Everyone's like, yeah, you just break that thing and you just break it. Tried 100 different ways, 50 different wheels. This is what I mean by tactile learner. Sometimes the silliest things I'll get hung up on. And like everyone's still like, oh, it's so easy. And I'm like, I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. But so I cut vague squares. They were very uneven. But and then on top of that, I couldn't figure out how to get the solder to flow. But I just caked it on there. And this is not lead-free solder. That is stained glass solder, but I do have lead-free solder for jewelry because I really, really like soldering. You can use copper to make any shape, and then use the solder. Like, isn't this pretty? This is a rock from the ocean, and I just put a here. Let me flip. Rock with a band, so it could be hooked on anything. I also like doing this with marbles and anything that, you know, could take some heat. And these are just like little things that I never finished. Like a plate. And this is some recycled plastic. And just things. This, I thought I made this in middle school. Not this part. This had more links. But it's just stuff from the ocean. And what was in my purse? I got this. My grandpa used to review every single DVD or anything he watched. And this is... I haven't had any in a while because unfortunately all of my DVDs were taken by someone who's really into DVDs for some reason. Which I get it. It's data. But like, God, get a few CDs in there. Like, I like listening to music over movies and shows. But I do love movies and shows. Like, it's not like I'm a total prude. It takes a lot of time, and time on this planet is so finite. Like, I can't. Like, I feel like my whole body, like, reacting and, like, watching the time slip by. Like, I love Assassin's Creed Origins. Oh, yeah, here's one of these. It's just a marble. This one is one of the first ones I made, so the solder is a little wonky. But, I love Assassin's Creed Origins. But one day I played it. It's 12 in the afternoon. You know, not bad. Had the whole day. I looked back at the clock. It said 8 p.m. And I know that it's not even that bad. I know people have probably played until the birds came out and been like, oh my god. But I just, that moment, I was like, alright, I have to play this seldomly because life is finite. And just, I get really antsy. Start digging in bushes and shit. My goal is not to, I don't know. My goal is to see all the stuff that this planet has produced, and the minds of man. I love us a lot. However, I've lived here my whole life, and every day I see fish I didn't even know existed. Same thing with plants, and just stuff like that. And I really want to find a little forest patch, and like make make a little hut out of stuff that's good, like the Brazilian pepper and stuff like that. But it's so hard for myself to keep myself focused. So I need an adventure group. I joined a meetup, and there's some dive groups and snorkeling groups, but they seem to be like real legit, like tanks and all. And I don't think I'll be scuba diving anytime soon. I instinctively hold my breath, and that's always been a huge fear of mine. Because it's just one of those things that right now my mind is still just too much energy in it, which I know that's not forever, so I love every second of it. So I don't mind when my mind reels. It's not gonna reel forever. It's not. Like, my grandparents were grandparents celebrating their first grandchildren, and then within 2 decades later, whatever, yeah, a decent amount of time, like one's gone, and the other is ripped from their home to put in an old folks' home. And unfortunately, I'm the black sheep of the family, so when I offered for her to stay in my apartment, it was never taken seriously, not once. It was just like, yeah, right. Like, I do Etsy and eBay, I'm home 24/7, when it's the rare occasions that I'm in or outside. And not rare, but, you know what I mean? But, yeah, and that really stuck with me, because, like, I think I would have not been able to do that. And she was not happy at all, understandably. And it was such a hopeless feeling. Because everyone else was like, acted like it wasn't their problem or something. And to me, that's so scary. You could create a family, and that's not like they're mean, they're the nicest, sweetest. My grandparents were gems, like my favorite humans that I know personally. But like everybody, it seems like they thought their life was like too important to interrupt, and they don't realize that it's their life. That's the only reason why they're here. And then to take my fishing poles. And then I find out that like 90%, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Like a little bit more, off the rocker than I even thought. And I feel so bad, because, oh my god. But anyway, all my poles, all my tackle, everything. And all my grandpa's cameras, all of his land cameras from the military, everything. And, I'm a very forgiving person, but I think that's the only thing I've made an exception on. Because, yeah, no. I, disappeared. And then they said that they were leaving to move to Georgia, so me and my parents got there. They were in a moving truck, pulling out of a driveway. They weren't, planning on moving. They were, actively, and so I was, standing vaguely in front of the moving van, just being like, wait, where are the cameras? Where are the cameras? And this woman starts screaming at me, like a creature. And scary as shit. And that she was gonna call the cops and all this, and they're the ones who called us to come and say bye. I don't know, but next level. So yeah, that's why I'm black sheep, but also like a lone wolf. No wonder why I'm so subject to self-sabotage. Just kidding. um, yeah. Bros before hoes, of course, but you know, you sometimes like, yeah. Because unfortunately, too, like, we're all so complex. Like, that's why I think communication needs, like, severe work, like, radical honesty, and, like, just saying anything that you think out loud. And the reasons and observations. Because it's got, it, like, a few weeks ago, like, my students are getting really awkward because I was watching so much news and I couldn't really formulate any sentence because I don't know. But like I said, and I'm holding true to it, I can't watch it anymore. Not for a while. So if anything crazy is happening in the world, please let me know, because I have no idea. If it's not fish, or fish related, you're gonna have to pay me now to care, because I don't naturally, so it would take an unreasonable amount of effort to just, give a shit. So, and I've tried, you know, I'm a human being. I long for belonging and, like, camaraderie and, like, shared experiences. However, like, it's like they've planted the seed of hate and nothing else, and everybody is just fighting each other and not, like, taking a look around and being like, oh shit, we're falling right into it. But instead, gotta be this, like, weird moral high ground while, like, I don't get it. And we're all just humans, especially us on the ground floor. I call it the ground floor because, I got the penthouse. That's elites. They're still humans. They are human beings. Probably pretty chill humans, too. And, sorry, I can't think of, like, elite people and not just immediately think too kinky. Too kinky. No, not on this planet. But, because, holy shit. And, like, also growing up into such a vicinity to Palm Beach, it's just a bit. Back in the day, it was really intense. I love the stories. I love old Palm Beach stories. Any old history or local folklore and stuff like that. But it's just like a very nice place. And I don't know why it has such a bad rep. I've been there with friends that have, like, Hondas that have 3 different doors and, like, stuff like that. Nobody cares. It's relaxing. The architecture is gorgeous. Some of the restaurants, yes, are very expensive. There's this one I think called Blue Plate, which is a little market, and they sell this smoked salmon that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And then the plate that you cut it on is a certain granite. I sound like an idiot, I'm sure, but that also is thousands and thousands of dollars. But it's a really neat place to walk in and, like, see all these very rare ingredients that I'll probably never taste, but it's so fascinating to me. I was born without a bunch of stuff, I guess, because never bothered me none. Everyone there is all smiles, very kind people, and, like, I remember people, oh, why are you going there? Like, they're all assholes over there. No, they have, like, the best bakeries and the nicest people, and everyone's just hanging out. The beach is really good. The inlet's fantastic. There's a lot of, like, historical architecture from Addison Meisner or Mary Spaccio, and Mary Spaccio is known to wear very flamboyantly beautiful silk shirts. And of course, Addison Meisner had a monkey on his back named Johnny Brown. It's pretty cool. Granite, obviously, a lot of mud because compassion didn't reach that far, I feel like, because like there was nobody, there was like so hard to keep like even like individuals in check, because some of the stories, like, oh my god, like the fire, I mean, it's not 100, like, I'm not 100% sure on what the story is, but there was a fire that took out all the houses that were on the beach, because they used to think it was very dangerous to live on the beach because of storms, but then they realized that it's not that dangerous and you could live there. And there was a big fire. This is a long, long time ago. I think like 1800s, 1900s, early 1900s. Don't quote me, I'm sorry. I grew up with these stories, so I never really look them up. I just, but yeah, and then all the mansions started. The Mediterranean revivalist architecture started, and then that's what how I remember it. I gotta look on that though, because sometimes I forget to double check. Because like there's a few little local legends, like the Barefoot Mailman is a big one. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'm probably going to pop on intermittently. I'm very excited to regain consciousness. That's what it feels like. Because, you know, like any other human, I was just trying to make my own way and like do the things that I think I can do. However, if nothing's selling, I gotta readjust, which is normal, perfect, beautiful. And I still make jewelry, and I'll still sell it and everything. But I was just putting way too much time worrying about it. And so fishing, and anybody in Palm Beach County, more than happy to learn any tips, techniques, anything. All information is just a beautiful thing. And oh wow, thank you, Joe Moonraker. That is very kind. And I spent a lot of time, pretty kept to myself person, but also very social. I swear it's a curse. But I'm really trying to put more effort to get out in the world and connect with other people, because kind of been a hermit, introvert my whole life, but I learn best from people, and I can't focus like trying to teach myself everything with YouTube and Facebook, and it's not hands-on, and I just miss so much, like, groups, like, this place, this time, and, like, sometimes 1 or 2 people show up, sometimes dozens of people show up, and, like, you never know what, planning every little thing sucks, man, like, I'm a human feather, that's what I've always said. I like just, you know, and that's where the magic, like, all of my magical experiences, and then the times where I try to plan things meticulously, it just doesn't go, like, because everything is just constantly moving and shifting. Even little things. You don't know if, like, a certain store is going to be closed. The little things. Just go. That's why I like that Randonauts app. It urges people to, like, check out a place that statistically they would have never been to, or, like, a street they would have never been to. And I like that a lot. Wandering is good for mind, soul. We have instinct for adventure and discovery, we really do. And whether that be discovering new craft supplies, or going out and discovering new plants, anything, and new cultures, cultures of the past, anything. There's so much, and it's also interesting, and that is why I try to stay away from movies, because the world, the planet, it's really good. It's a good one. Like, I don't know who chose this planet, but shite score. And I thank them for that. On behalf of us all. Because I don't know about y'all, this is the best planet for sure I've ever been to. Ever. I'm pretty sure it's the only one I've been to, but, you know, tits. But anyway, happy trails. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'm going to continue to be listing stuff on off-road because I need a fishing pole really bad. And I haven't listed anything on Etsy, and the few spots, like, there was a Facebook group, you were able to sell kits, and people would bid on it, and you would actually make so much, and it was fun. Nobody spent too much money. One person would end up winning, and it was very fun, but Facebook put it into it, so that was pretty much my only income. And plants, I just can't keep growing plants and keeping them alive, and it's too far for anyone to pick them up, and like people aren't going to drive an hour to pick a $7 plant up, and so trying to readjust there. Found a few like jobs, customer service, so you could work on at least for a few months, so I could fix my bank and stuff, and get my teeth cleaned. I needed I haven't been to a dentist in 5 years, and it's driving me nuts. When I moved out of my support system on the coast and like access to things, I let myself fall by the wayside a little bit, and I'm the only one to blame there. So just gotta get buckle down and keep distractions at a low. And I thank y'all for being present. This is my social life, and I really, really, really appreciate all of y'all. Oh, hi, Richard. Did you know the squirrels don't find 70? They don't find 70% of the nuts that they bear. That's 70 trees around. It's hilarious, and that's hilarious. I have to look into that because that's really funny. That I remember so excited to get some like a $1 bag of unsalted nuts. Just feeding the squirrels, watching them hide them, but they must have forgot what plant they hid them under, because then every single plant had like exploratory holes, and it was so funny. But hope to see you very soon. I'm gonna be popping up all day today because feel a little better internally, and it's just I think we've never been close to nuclear war or whatever. It's also never been this easy to fall into pits of pure despair. And there's just too much, and it's like only the bad is like brought. And there is a lot of bad happening right now, and but attacking each other is definitely not the way. That's some just I don't know. I don't have confrontation in me unless like I don't know. It's just but all the love to all y'all. Love y'all, and I hope everyone has a perfect day. And the days carry on, and life always will carry on. And it's like a really fun ride. You just gotta stand in line for a second sometimes. But happy trails. Thank you, Richard S. And thank God, never hesitate. I'm really bad at managing social media. Like, I have just the basics, Facebook, Instagram, but for some reason, that is enough to get completely scattered. And but I'm trying to get through that because I get a lot of spam, just like promo pages. That's pretty much my whole inbox, and every now and then it'll be speckled with like human being, and but yeah, and I put a huge effort into staying off of this thing because I do watch shorts a lot, and it's a time eraser for me, and so I haven't really been watching shorts. Very proud of that. They're just, some of them are so funny, and there's some people that have turned into my favorite comedians because they're just so funny, and they're short and sweet, and the medium I like the medium because especially so much chaos, but too easy to scroll and all that. But anyway, I eat, I think, and there's one more thing because tomorrow, hopefully pretty early, gonna get there, and yeah, trying to get some stuff sold because maybe I could even get there super, super early, and that way Good Luck doesn't have to rush or anything like that, or no morning tension, because that's why really I'm trying to get a pole in my hands. I could sit on them for hours, and that's why like fishing has always been very, very relaxing. And I think not a lot of people I know like to fish because you have to sit there for hours. And you don't have to do anything, but you know, you're there for a long time and constantly. And but just really want to be more self-sufficient, and fishing is definitely something that I regret not like forcing. Most of my friends are philosophy students, and yeah, I love talking. I love talking through things, about things, weird, possible stuff. Just, it's so fun. But anyway, happy trails.